Hello, ladies. I am about a minute early. I'd rather be early, so I'm going to give you guys a second to hop on while I finish my Skittles. So yeah, come on in. Thank you so much, Sarah, for inviting me in here to help you guys hopefully sponsor. Because we all know without a team, teamwork makes the dream work. So I'm going to give you guys a minute to hop on. When you hop on, let me know that you're here. Don't worry about it. I know earlier on one of my live feeds I was having trouble seeing some comments. So fingers crossed we won't have any issues today. Hello, ladies. I'm going to give everyone till 7 o'clock on the dot to hop on. Hi, Becky. Hello, hello. I like being early, so I hopped on at like 6:59. So, okay, it is 7 o'clock. Hello, Amber.
So I need to go to bed.
Hi, Angie. No, you don't have to go to bed yet, but go out there with Daddy, okay? Mommy's going to get started. Go out there with Dad. Put those down and... Okay, go. Out there with Dad. Yeah. Hi. Grayson, please go out there with your dad. Jeremy, will you help me?
Grayson, stop.
Awesome. I know. I was really feeling the why love today, and after the day that we've had with announcements and everything, and just everything that comes with it, I wanted to wear my Defend Innocence. So I am going to try to keep this as on track as possible so that you guys can get back to your evenings, get back to your kids, get back to dinner, whatever it is that you guys have to do. Sponsoring. Why in the world do we sponsor? Because there's only so much that you as an individual can do to move up within this company. Think about your goals as far as income goes. If you want to have $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month income, think of how much you would have to sell by yourself in order to accomplish that goal. It takes a lot of sales, and honestly, it isn't necessarily feasible. So, building a team is going to be the biggest way for you to move up within the company, help others achieve their goals. And so the way our compensation plan is designed, it is actually going to help them get to their goals, and then help their teammates get to their goals in order for you to get to your goals. So it's kind of just the way that our comp plan is set up. But the biggest thing that has helped me when it comes to sponsoring is changing my mindset of how I look at sponsoring. It is not just you telling someone, you should join my team. It is more than that. You have this amazing gift, this amazing opportunity to share with everyone, whether or not they open the gift or even embrace the gift or even want anything to do with the gift. It is your responsibility and your duty to share this gift with everyone that you come in contact with. Because when you realize, even if you haven't achieved what you want to achieve 100% yet, this opportunity is a vehicle to achieve anything that you've ever dreamed of, and you have the opportunity to then share that gift with anyone that you come in contact with. So when you change it around and make it more about them and how you could potentially be changing their life, it becomes you becoming invested into their success. And that kind of outlook as a gift, more so than just having someone join your team, has really helped me approach things differently, because I have a different plan of attack when it comes from a place of relationship and genuine interest in someone else's life and success. So how do we recruit? There is not one size fits all method of recruiting, sponsoring, whatever you want to call it. But you have to be willing to try different things, see what works for you. What works for one may not work for another. You've probably heard me talk about this a million times, but you have to be willing to try. You may not be good at parties, but someone else may be amazing at parties. This business is about finding your niche and finding your skill set and finding out what exactly you bring to the table. We are all part of this big jigsaw puzzle, and we all fit together somehow. We all counteract and counterbalance someone else's strengths with our weaknesses and vice versa. So we all have things that we're good at. So you have to be willing to put yourself out there and try some of these things that I'm going to be talking about. But most of them revolve around having a genuine relationship with these people. Now, relationships don't necessarily have to mean that you guys call each other on the phone all the time or that you actually hang out. We are a social media based company, so we have to master the art of connecting with people through a screen. We have to be able to connect on a different level, but still allow them to feel that connection, okay? So it's kind of confusing because you're breaking through that screen. You have to, maybe it takes more time for you to get to know that person because you have that screen in front of you. So people are going to join you as an individual, not so much Younique as a company. There will be some people out there where they've seen Younique everywhere and they just want to join Younique. But for the most part, majority of people are going to join you as an individual, as a inspiration, as someone that they truly, genuinely want to mentor them. So you are going to want relationships. You are going to want to know kind of what your brand is and kind of what your demographic of people that you attract is. So I tend to attract a certain type of person. I tend to attract people that were struggling from paycheck to paycheck, or young moms, just moms in general, actually. You tend to really connect with people that are most like you. And a lot of that has to do with putting yourself out there and being vulnerable and being real and creating these relationships. So when you're approaching different people about the opportunity, you kind of have to be a detective almost and kind of figure out what this opportunity is going to provide for that particular person. One person may be super interested in earning incentive trips, while other people may just need food on their table that day. They need that 3 to 4 hour income right after a sale in order to go get diapers, get food on the table, pay a bill last minute. There are so many different things that will speak to different people. So you kind of have to pull out your detective hat and figure out what exactly is going to speak to them. What can this opportunity provide in their life? What can this opportunity, what void can it fill in their life? What do they want more of that this opportunity can provide? What do they want less of that this opportunity could provide? Really taking time to think and see and ask questions. Like, it doesn't have to be, hey, I think you'd be amazing at what I do. Like, you can create that conversation. You can create that dialogue and figure out what they are looking for. Figure out what makes them scared, why they are hesitant to jump in. The more questions you ask, the more invested in their success you become, and the more you're able to educate them on everything that maybe they're afraid to ask. So by asking questions, you are then showing that you care, which then creates relationships. So my method of sponsoring is really at this point law of attraction. So it is not something that is going to happen overnight. It takes a lot of work and it takes consistency, and it just takes a lot of daily effort getting people to see what it is that I do and watching the transformation and kind of the evolution of my journey. It's not something that people can just see overnight. A lot of the people that have come to me have seen me from the beginning until now. They have watched my journey. They have watched the evolution. They have seen me grow in confidence. They have seen me doing new things. They've seen my makeup skills get better along the way. They've seen all this stuff because I put it out there and I was willing to show the world that. People are watching you whether you realize it or not. So we are going to cover this in a few different aspects tonight because a lot of people will say, I'm not getting interaction, no one is responding to my messages. I just feel like no one's interested. They are watching. They may not be interacting, they might not be liking or commenting, they may not even respond to your message, but it doesn't mean that they are not interested or will never be interested. It is one of those things where they kind of have to come to it on their own terms, and you are planting the seed. You are planting the seed, and everything that you do on a daily basis is watering that seed. Our businesses are like farming. We have to plant a seed in order to grow a crop. You can't just expect a crop to grow if you haven't even planted it. You can't just plant a seed and expect it to grow without watering it. The same goes for your business. They go hand in hand. You reach out to someone with the opportunity, your Facebook page shows them what it is that they would be doing. So you have to think of it that way. And a great analogy that has just always really resonated with me was at a coffee shop. The waitress, she offers coffee to everyone. And if someone says no, she doesn't take it personally. She doesn't quit her job because someone said no. She doesn't go in the back and cry. She knows that if they don't want coffee, they don't want coffee. It has nothing to do with her as a person, her as a waitress. It has nothing personal to do with her. And even if they say no, she moves on to the next person, and then the next person, and then the next person. And then you know what? She circles back around and she asks the same people if they want coffee again. So you have to be willing to go back and re-ask people, even if they haven't responded to your message. So I know that can be a common question that I get is, if I've already asked someone and they read the message and never responded, what do I do? If I have verbally vomited on them, which I have been there, I have done that, I have sent some super spammy messages. So if you sent a super spammy message and then you really still want to reach out to this person, you can make light of the situation that you're in. Just be like, oh my goodness, girl, I am so sorry. Like, I was just really excited when I first joined, but I may have said a little bit too much, and I just wanted you to know I still think that you would be really amazing at what I do. So you just kind of poke fun at it and just have fun with the situation and just be like, I was just really, really excited, and maybe I said a little too much, but let me know if you want to chat. Something like that. On another scenario, say someone, they read the message, but they never responded, but you still want to reach out to them. Just go back and say, hey girl, I know last time we talked, maybe you, it wasn't the right time and you just weren't interested, but I still think you'd be really amazing at what I do. You're putting it out there that maybe then wasn't a good time, but you still are confident that they would be good at what you do. And it kind of opens up that dialogue. Typically, if I've done that 3 times and they still don't respond, I carry on. I don't keep doing it and doing it and doing it. 3 is kind of my max. At that point, they're definitely not interested. And if they are then interested, they'll come to me about it. So planting your seeds and watering those seeds consistently. And your consistency is going to water those seeds as well, because if people see you and you're gung-ho and you're posting and posting and posting, and then all of a sudden one day you just stop, and then maybe you'll post here and there, and then maybe you'll throw up a link, but you're not consistent, they don't think of you as the Lash Lady. You're not going to be on the top of their head as far as, I need to join that person. I want to be a part of that person's team. They join people. They join people that they think genuinely care about their success and genuinely will be willing to help them succeed. So ways that I work law of attraction, inspirational quotes. You guys know that every morning and every night I post my inspirational quotes. And these work wonders because people often share them. So that is going to help boost your algorithm. Total little side note, not even related to this. And people relate to these quotes differently. What I take away from a quote may mean something completely different to you. So you are reaching people on different levels, but you are still kind of putting it out there. I like to I typically will search on Pinterest for some like keywords of something that I'm feeling that day, or something that I'm working on personally, or growth that I've had. And I will typically just kind of share some input in my nighttime quote, like just kind of what that quote means to me and why it kind of resonated. And then other people may be inspired. Maybe that is exactly what they wanted to hear that day, or needed to hear that day. They needed to know that they weren't alone. And you were able to give them that inspiration that they weren't alone, and that other people feel that way. So you begin to relate to people on different levels. Selfies of you. It's amazing to show selfies of, or pictures of other people and their amazing lashes and their amazing eyeshadow and lipsticks. But people that know and trust you want to see you. They want to see that you are a product of the product. And that is going to build attraction. They can be like, I can do that. I can totally do that. Videos of you applying the makeup, selfies, live feeds, whatever it is. You want to constantly be being exposed to people. You want them to see you all the time. You want to stay fresh in their brain so that they are always constantly thinking of you when they think of this opportunity. And then when they're constantly seeing you, and then all of a sudden you pop up in their inbox saying, girl, you would be amazing at this. They're like, oh yeah, I've seen you. I've seen what you do. Oh, I just spit. Share your story, share your growth, share what Younique does for you. Share all that stuff. That vulnerability is going to break down those walls, and it's going to relate you to more people. It is going to inspire people to come along on this journey with you and open that gift that you've offered them. Parties. If you are not having parties, you are missing out on a huge market of people. I don't care if your parties are a complete dud. If you go into it with the mindset, I am going to find new people to network with, you will be abundant in success. Parties are not just about sales. They are not just about booking more parties. These are new networks of people. Every single party that you get, every sale that, if you get a sale from that, is a new door, a new network of people. So go into your parties looking to network. Don't focus too much on sales. Focus on being you and having fun with it, and just educating people and showing them that what we do is fun and awesome, and they have to be a part of it. So you are constantly going to be meeting new networks of people. A bunch of my personally sponsored came from parties, or parties of parties, or they purchased in a party and then all of a sudden they hosted a party, and it's just like a big tree. And they just become part of you. I add them as a friend on Facebook when they purchase from me in a party. I follow up with them and see how they're loving the mascara or whatever it is that they bought, and I thank them for their order. I start beginning to create that relationship outside of that party. So the party is an avenue for you to be connected with new people, and then you're able to bring them to your personal page, where you can then begin to show them who you are as a person, show your personality, your flair, your brand, your life, and how Younique incorporates into all of that. So, expanding your network. They say that 2,000 friends on Facebook is the starting point for your business. Look at your friends list. How many friends do you have? If you have less than 2,000, you are limited on exposure. Not every single friend on your Facebook is going to see every single one of your posts. And they categorize it first by your friends and family. They want you to see your friends and family stuff first. And then it goes by people that you interact with. The whole algorithm system, it goes by different stuff, but not everyone is going to see your stuff. So you need to boost up the number of people that you are being exposed to on a daily basis. And so adding new friends constantly is going to help you get in front of new people that can connect you to new people, that continues to connect you to new people. Every person that you meet is a doorway to new people. Active messaging. If you are not active messaging, I highly encourage you to. This is what I built my business on, and I'll be the first to admit that I have slacked tremendously on this. Every now and then I will find someone that I'm like, oh, I gotta message them. But I built my business on messaging. I messaged so many people that Facebook told me to slow the heck down. They told me that I was abusing abusing the feature is what they tell you when you gotta slow down. I was messaging people constantly. Every morning I woke up, checked my inbox, got my coffee, responded to people, posted in my parties, and then I got right down to adding friends and messaging people. So what I say when I message people, it is not new people that I've just added. I have done it the wrong way and I have done it the right way. And the wrong way is adding someone new that you've never met before and immediately going into your sales pitch. That is the wrong way. We build relationships first and then we show them our business opportunity, okay? So when the time is right, you can show them that opportunity, but don't go straight in for the kill. It is going to get you so much farther in this business if you build relationships first and wait for the time to be right, okay? You don't have to wait eternity, but you have to build that foundation first. So I will typically, you can kind of tell who you kind of engage with, and I will. There was a time where I would scroll through my Facebook timeline at night before it was like flooded with unique presenters. And I would look for people that have really good makeup or people that take really good selfies. Anyone that said that they were struggling financially, all of that stuff are all key points that I would look for. And I would reach out to them and I would kind of do my own version of the 3 C's. Confidence, compliment, and hold on. It's I made my own, so I don't even remember anymore. Compliment, confidence. Oh, crazy. Compliment and confidence. I know you think I'm crazy, but I think you'd be really amazing at what I do. Have you ever thought about becoming a unique presenter? That's kind of how I started. And I have kind of evolved it into, hey girl, that last selfie of you was amazing. You looked so beautiful. I think you would be amazing at what I do. Something along the lines of that. But you want it to feel genuine to you, something that you would naturally say, something that you would say to a girlfriend or a friend, like a neighbor, anyone that you would or the way that you typically would talk to people is kind of how you want to talk to people online. You don't want it to sound scripted. You don't want it to sound phony. You don't want to just copy and paste messages, because this has actually happened recently where you could tell that it was a scripted message, because she said, congratulations on your promotion last month. And I was like, I didn't promote. I was like, thank you, but my girls promoted. I didn't promote. And so make sure that, like, if you're complimenting someone on a selfie, that they actually posted a selfie recently. You don't want it to be just like where they're like, yeah, no, that wasn't me. You want it to be genuine to you. So keep that in mind. Another method that has actually proven to be very beneficial for me is when I follow up with my customers about their products, I offer the opportunity. And the way that I do this is so nonchalant. It's a great icebreaker. So you reach out to your customer and you say, how are you loving your products? And obviously she's going to say, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This mascara is amazing. My lashes. And you're going to say, I told you, girl, I knew you would love it. And actually, most unique presenters started out as customers that loved it just like that. Have you ever considered doing what I do? You've got that icebreaker. It's kind of just like a no pressure way of just being like, you could be doing this too. Like, you just slide it on in and boom, you're done. It's not any of like that out of the blue messaging. Like, you've broken the ice by asking her about the products, how she's loving it, and then you're just putting it out there. If she takes it, awesome. If she asks more questions, perfect. If she doesn't want anything to do with it, say, girl, I value you as a customer, so no worries. I just had to put that out there for you. Just let her know that you value her, whether she is a customer or whether she is part of your team, you value her and you're thankful for her. And that is one of the biggest things in building those relationships, is knowing that you're appreciated by the person that you are purchasing from. Because a lot of these people, if they like you enough, that means that they have gotten up off of the couch. They have walked to their purse. They have gotten their wallet, come back to the couch to type in all the credit card information to purchase that product. We owe it to our customers to be appreciative of them, follow up, make sure that they are loving everything about the products. And it's our duty to share that opportunity with them also, because we know how life-changing it can be. So follow-ups is a very easy, nonchalant way of doing it. Making yourself visible and just making sure that you are constantly on their news feeds. You want to stay relevant. You want them to constantly be thinking of you. You want to brand yourself as that lady that is makeup. Like, when they see you, they think of Younique. When they see you, they think of whatever your hobbies are. You want them to know your brand and know what you like, so that when they see stuff, they think of you. You want to stay relevant. And then, kind of last but not least, wrapping it up before we do any Q&A, is your personal page. When you joined Younique, it inevitably became your business page. That is your storefront. That is where you do your work. And it has to be appropriate. It has to be professional. It has to be positive. You want to make sure that the content on your storefront is something that you would want your customers to see, something that you think your customers would approve of. You want to keep it classy, ladies. Okay, so what does your storefront look like? Is it welcoming and positive? Is it entertaining, fun, and educating? Is it inspiring? Have fun with it. Think outside the box. Put your personality and your flair into what you do. The post in Boss Babes that I shared last night from Lisa, where she was painting the mask on, and she was like, is it Bob Ross? Is that his name? The painter guy? Put your own flair into it. Have fun with it. Show people that, yeah, it's a business, but we have so much fun and we get creative reign of how we run our business. And when there's 600,000 other presenters out there, you have to set yourself apart from the rest. And the best way to set yourself apart from the rest is to be genuinely authentic to who you are as a person. And I know a lot of people are often concerned about making their Facebook page public. If you have kids, or there's all different reasons why a lot of people are hesitant, but there are settings that you can do. You can make certain lists, like if you only want your kids to be seen by family members, you can make it like that. But people, how do I put this? You're going to expand your exposure if you are allowing people who are not your friends to see your content. If there are a lot of people that will follow you to see what you post, you may not even never know that they exist. But if your page is not public, they're never going to see that content. As you're adding friends on Facebook, none of that content is going to be seen, so they're not going to really know who you are, and they're probably going to be like, delete. So you're able to show people who you are as a person when you're working off of your public page. And I know a lot of girls run their business solely off of their business page, but for me, this is what has worked. And I am all about being genuine and being real. And you see my life on my Facebook. You see the good, the bad, the ugly. You see a day in the life with my kids. You see this, you see that. But you see Younique kind of mixed in between. You see how Younique is incorporated into my life. So people get to see my personality and my hobbies and who I am and what makes me me. And you don't get that when you aren't working your business from your personal page. When people go to a business page, They are going to that page with the idea that they're going to purchase something. You want people to come to your page because you inspire them, or you entertain them, or they love seeing what you have, and then they end up purchasing along the way, or they want to be a part of it. It's the art of not selling or non-selling. If you haven't watched Sherry Brown's video on that, I highly suggest it. She has one on the art of non-selling for recruiting as well. And it allows you to add your own personality and be genuine and authentic to you, and still be able to get sales, and still be able to find new party hostesses, and still be able to find new recruits from it by being you and by living your life. It doesn't have to be, I'm working. Like, it doesn't have to be all work. You can have fun. You can add your own flair to it. So, another reason, this is something that I forgot to mention in the beginning of why we sponsor, is because I can't speak. Statistically, a third of people are going to do nothing. A third of people are going to do something, and a third of people are going to do everything. If you find a few recruits and you stop there, your business is not going to flourish, because those people may be the third of people that do nothing. Even when you find those rock stars, you still want to continue expanding wide. We have the luxury of being compensated infinitely wide on our teams. And if you just bring in a few people and then all of a sudden you're like, no one's working, no one wants to work their business full time, she's just a kidnapper, she just is doing it for a hobby, so-and-so quit, it's just you. So you want to continually be sponsoring people so that you always have new people that are willing to run with you, and new people that see that vision. So you never want to stop sponsoring. You always want to be putting it out there. And even when you feel like people aren't working, that's when you need to put in the work the most. It's kind of like when on my Jillian Michaels video, when you start to hurt and you start to shake and you want to give up, that's the sets that mean the most. Those are the reps that you need to do full out. And that is exactly the way it is with our business. When it starts to suck and business is slow, or you feel like you're not getting interaction on your stuff, no one's responding to you, that's when you need to be consistent the most. That is when it matters the most. So I posted about that last night, because we've kind of hit like that 10-day resting point for a lot of people. So I think that is the information that I have on sponsoring. I'm sure I missed tons, but I will take questions. I know a lot of people were commenting along the way, and I wasn't able to read it in order to stay on track. So if I missed something and you want it answered, feel free to drop it below, and I will stick around and answer some questions, and then hopefully get you guys on your way. This was probably longer than you expected, Sarah, but I'm not good at talking small. I'm not good at quick stuff. I talk and talk and talk. Let me see if I can scroll up. Yeah, save your drama for your mama. It does not belong on your business page. If you wouldn't want your customers to see it, don't post it. If you wouldn't want a prospect to see it, don't post it. Cold market people that you are not familiar with. Yeah. Okay. Amber asks, do you send that to people after you build relationship with them? Also, I've heard this a lot. I should understand the difference, but don't. What is the difference between cold? Yeah, exactly what Sarah said. Cold market are the people that you have no relationship whatsoever with. People that you may have added on Facebook that you had mutual friends with, but you don't actually know. Those are your cold market people. Your warm market people are your friends, your family, your neighbors, people that you talk to. And then you've kind of got like your cool market in between, where they're like acquaintances. Like, they may remember the name if you talk to them, or if you reached out to them, but they're not necessarily like buddy. So, let's see. Yeah, I know a lot of people will say they friend request everyone for parties. I only friend request the people that either show interest in stuff or ask to help color match. I will send them a friend request, or if they purchase. That way I can stay connected with them, and I can let everything that I do on my personal page water those seeds for me, and it just helps us build that relationship. They get to see me outside of that party. So it's kind of like your people that only get to see you at work. They just see you in the office, like your personality in the office. They don't get to see you like out in everyday life. It's the same thing. It's kind of just a different setting where they get to see you in your normal territory, your normal comfort zone. You are welcome, Julie. I know that you are busy right now. Yes. I think you would notice a huge boost in your business within the next couple months if you start active messaging people. If you start sending messages to people now and let that watering happen, I tend to find that it comes in waves. Like when I am actively messaging people, within a couple months of that is when I have a big spike of recruits. And I am by no means a master sponsor. I do not put in huge numbers like Lorenda and Kelly Rose Sarno and all of those big names. I actively recruit maybe like 5 on average a month. So nothing wild and crazy, but I am continually looking for those next people that are ready to run with me. So I'm always looking. I just look at it like I know what this has done for my life, and I am constantly looking for the next person that I can help change their life. So when you look at it from that aspect, it takes a lot of pressure off you, and it takes a lot of that uncomfortableness away, because you know that you're coming from a place of genuine love and respect, and you genuinely care about helping them change their life. Let's see. Yes. Brooke said, I think the most important part of sponsoring is living the lifestyle we are selling. We can't tell people this would be beneficial for them if we aren't showing them how it benefited us. Frickin' men. Okay. I think I got caught up on all that. Let's see. Frickin' man. We have a trip to earn. Exactly. Every day, every week, every month of this incentive trip period matters. It all counts, and you don't want to slack off and then have it come down to the wire where if you would have pushed just a little bit harder, you would have had it. I have watched girls pull off of the gas pedal and miss it by a hair, and there is nothing more disappointing than the fact that you knew you could have done more. So when I tell you, make sure that you are putting it all on the table and that you end the month with no regrets, I mean it. Especially when it comes to this incentive. Knowing that you could have had it had you pushed a little harder is all it takes. Sometimes I will message them right away when I add Amber, but I will typically just message them, hey, thanks for the ad. I'm always looking for new ladies to network with. At this point, I will add them, and I know that if I can get people onto my Facebook page, I can show them valuable content that will engage them. When I was still building a network, I would make sure that they knew that I was there and kind of let Facebook know, like, hey, we're messaging so she can see my stuff, because that's kind of the way Facebook works. But I do not go right in with the opportunity. And that's not to say that I haven't, because in the very beginning, I was the queen of spamming people. Let's not even talk about the UK launch. Soon as I found out that we are going to the UK, I started adding people left and right. I was telling them something huge is coming and you need to be a part of this. I was sending them big, long messages, and it was just crazy town. But I learned from it, and that's the biggest thing, that whole trial and error thing that I told you guys about. I would have never known what to do if I didn't know what I shouldn't do. So I learned by doing it the wrong way. So it is not failing, it is failing forward. You are learning from your mistakes to get better at it, to find the right ways and the ways that work for you. Active messaging is just what I consider where you are on a daily basis sending out messages to people about the opportunity. If your focus is parties, that can be active messaging looking for party hostesses. You could maybe once a month do a blitz where you are looking for party hostesses. But my priority is sponsoring. My sales and my sponsoring is kind of like my thing. But parties are going to be the avenue that are going to help you get both of those. Yeah, 5 to 10 messages a day is a great magic number. In the beginning, I was probably doing like 20 to 30, and that's when Facebook said, whoa now. Whoa, Nelly, slow down, slow down. So, does anybody else have any more questions? I'll make you an apple in a second. Okay?
I want to cut off.
I'll cut it up in a second. Any questions? All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for having me in here tonight. Hopefully this helps. If you have any more detailed questions or you're still unsure of something, just send me a message. I am always here to answer questions for you guys. There's lots of amazing resources in Boss Babes and the files, and there's YouTube videos galore. Matt Morris often has some great sponsoring videos on overcoming objections, and Eric Worre always has great videos. So there's so many resources out there to help you with your recruiting, and just kind of look within your Y sisterhood. There's so many girls that are amazing at sponsoring, and it's just a matter of finding what works for you and implementing it. That's the biggest thing, is actually taking action. You can do all this research, but you actually have to take action and apply what you have learned in order to find out what works. So that is all I got for you, ladies. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.